Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel. Thank you, subscribers, for subscribing to the channel. And I really want to welcome anyone who is new to the channel here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Perhaps you were guided to this channel. It was in your feed and you just clicked on it. And I definitely believe in the law of attraction, and definitely don't think it's a coincidence by any way, shape, or form. I am a divine channeler. For those who are unfamiliar with me, I am a psychic medium. I also am a remote spirit extractor specialist, and I have been doing a lot of really intense clearings for people who have severe activity, dark activity, and I'm able to do this in locations all over the world. Definitely have been doing a lot of this lately, so I'm a little backed up if anyone is having any type of interferences right now in your path. However, I'm hoping to open this up again in the next couple of weeks. I am a divine twin flame as well, so I am on the path of the twin flame journey, and this has been such an incredible journey to be on, and it's changed me in so many ways. It's really just brought out my gifts. It's been some of the most difficult and challenging healings of my life, to be able to really purge and to let go of things that are no longer necessary in my life, and to be able to, go higher, basically. And it's been really just, as you know, for those of you who watch this channel who are twin flames, the journey is definitely something that challenges you in every single way. But it's all in the good sense, and it's all to really bring beautiful, unconditional love to this planet, bring service to this planet, template, and just really do incredible things. So I'm really blessed to be on it, even with all its challenges. And I definitely hear from many of you who have subscribed to the channel. I appreciate your comments and your questions, and for just sharing a lot. I think it really helps the community so much when you're sharing your own personal experiences. And it's really a nice thing to be able to have that unity happen. And I really think that so many people can benefit by speaking to each other, because it is a journey that many of times you feel very alone. I mean, you feel like there's just no one else to really talk to about it, and it's very understandable. It's a very unique journey. However, so many around the world are going through the very same things. So if you are someone watching this now who is brand new to the term twin flame, and you're very confused and maybe not really understanding this fully, I hope that you can maybe get something from, maybe this message, or maybe take a look at the twin flame recognition video. I think that would be really helpful. If you are new to the journey and you've just been perusing around all these videos and it's very overwhelming, you may want to check out that one that I did, Twin Flame Recognition. I also have one that's called Twin Flame Telepathy, or Twin Flame Communication, rather. But I think that the Twin Flame Recognition one is really the perfect video to look at if everything is new, the signs are new, the experiences are new, and you're still trying to come across a good understanding of what's happening to you, and you're still struggling with, is this real or is this not real? So I just thought I'd put that out there. For this week's message, I always say this, and I hope I can keep to this, but I do want to keep this one rather short. And this one really is just an update for what's really happening now and what's going to help. And I think a lot of people are kind of at this crossroads, and they're really wondering, what the next chapter is going to be here. What is the next step going to be? And there might be some frustration out there, and still some struggle out there. And as a divine channeler, I do a lot of readings for people, especially I do readings for twin flames. And in the readings that I do, it's really beautiful because the angels come through and they speak directly through me. I also get a lot of really exact channeled writing, and I use my medium gifts to also communicate. So it's really an amazing thing to be able to get such detailed information and validations. And many times my clients are like, wow, I didn't even ask anything, and all these questions, are being answered. Or, wow, you just validated the experiences, and things were just validated off the bat initially, and that was really surprising, and I'm really glad, because I was struggling with believing in it. So I love doing that work. I love doing those sessions. I think they're really incredible. So I really try my best as someone who is a medium, who is a channeler, and also a divine twin flame, to keep everyone in the faith, keep everyone surrendering and trusting with this journey as it keeps on progressing forward. And I think it's really just great to bring us back, bring us back to the positivity and to the truth of everything when we are feeling very triggered and we feel like we're getting reared off the path again and falling back into doubt, or falling back into questioning if this is real or not, or if our beloveds, for those who are the more awakened one, if your beloved is ever going to get through what they need to get through in order to realize this connection more, understand it, and step into it. And that's what I want to talk about a lot with this video, with the messages that I have been getting and things that I have been going through, and things that have been coming up in channeled sessions. So if you are someone who is newly awakening to this, I want you to know that there's a lot to it. There's probably more information that you're still yet to receive, but I'm hoping that things are becoming a little bit clearer for you. And it's an intense connection. It really, really is. It's something that you've never experienced before, and it can really scare someone a bit. And that usually causes somebody to back up and not want to communicate with their beloved because they're just afraid of the intensity of it, and they're not quite understanding what it is. So, that's understandable. So if you are new to this journey and you're still struggling with what's happening to you, I would just say, if you need that time to reflect, and it's not time to communicate with your beloved, then take that time. It's really about that. It's really about finding yourself, understanding who you are more so, stepping into your higher vibration, your higher frequency that's happening now, because you are changing so much. We all are. But if you are new to this journey, you are changing by leaps and bounds now. The messages that have been coming through, especially for those who are the divine masculine. So if you are the divine masculine who is watching this, and you are still trying to figure out some things, and you're having a transition happening, a really huge changes happening for you right now, especially on the inside, that are prompting you to make changes on the outside, please know that you're not crazy whatsoever. This is happening. And the messages that I've been getting from the divine beings is that the divine masculines in particular have really been receiving some very strong activations. Okay, and this is really helping them to step in now into a deeper understanding. So maybe they've only understood things on the surface level, and they're still struggling and still trying to find their place with this, or perhaps still dating another partner, a karmic partner perhaps, or dating here and there, or still, not going through with their divorce, even though they're feeling that very strongly, but things just really haven't gotten to the next level yet. The activations are happening very strongly for the divine masculine to be able to really connect with their authentic self more. And as Archangel Michael has been saying a lot, the remembrance codes is what they call it, which is activation. And the remembrance codes have really been given to the divine masculine very, very strongly. So if you are the divine feminine who is watching this right now, and you have been on this for a while, I have been on this several years myself, and I can tell you that when you're on it for a while, you're used to it. You are fully immersed in the truth, and you have accepted everything about it. You're going through the very necessary healings. You're releasing so much, you're transmuting so much, you're actively doing this. Many of you have already actively stepped into your missions, or at least have begun them. You have to understand that your divine masculine, all of this is very, very new. And although it's been frustrating for you with triggers and things, there's been a lot of triggers that have been coming up lately. I have noticed that. I have been going through them myself. a lot of mirroring. And although, if you are the more awakened one, you've been going through this and you're exhausted from it, and you're just, oh my gosh, there's more triggers, there's more of this, there's more, there's more, there's more. Please know that this is all going in the right direction of your counterpart really mirroring to you what is left for you to recognize, okay? As twin flames, for anyone who is watching who is new, we are a soul. That's one soul that's in two bodies. We are direct counterparts, known as the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We are to complete ourselves, yes, but we also complete each other as complements, as divine complements. And we are angelics. We are angelics. We have angelic light bodies. We have come here to change things in the world. We have not come here to conform in any way. We have come here to bring the unconditional love, and we've come here to be an example and to be the new template for relationship for all humankind, for everyone. So we have really made this decision before incarnation to be able to do this, to come back together with our beloveds and ascend together, okay? And it's very real, and the experiences of the telepathy, that's been happening a lot, and I'll talk a little bit more about the telepathy. There's been higher self-communication. Now there's a lot of mind-to-mind that's going on, especially at night, when you're just a lot more relaxed and you're in that state to receive, perhaps laying in bed, and you're hearing words, you're getting images. You feel like maybe you're talking to yourself, but you're not. You're actually speaking with your beloved and having conversation. This journey has a lot of twists and turns to it. Runner and chaser has happened a lot, and runner and chaser always happens when there's more things to heal. Anytime we're coming together with our mirror, with our counterpart, they are bringing out not only the positive things about us, but the negative things, and that's because wherever we're vibrating at, our beloved counterpart is going to mirror, okay? They're our match. They're going to mirror things for us. So in other words, if you are in a lower state, your beloved's going to mirror that. If you're in a higher state, they will mirror that too. They will bring out the most intense healing in us. And so if there are things, belief systems, fears, doubts, conditioning, addictive behaviors, anything and everything that is not going to serve you as far as your authentic self, your beloved is going to mirror that. And that's why the intensity happens. That's why you're feeling very emotional at times. You're feeling angers maybe come from your beloved. You're feeling sadnesses from your beloved, or your beloved's bringing that out of you. And, so it's very important to be able to engage in the self-healing and whatever's coming up to be able to actively release that. So for anyone's new, I'm hoping that some of that information has helped. It's a love that it is so intense, the love. It's not based on sex. It's not based on personalities. It is based on the soul. It's that you share the same heart space. And this is a connection that can never be broken. You're always together. It's beyond physical limitations. So you're not truthfully in separation, although we call it separation when we're not in the same physical place as our twin. But you're never truthfully in separation. So it's really always to know that it's about the energy and about addressing the energetic connection and what's there to heal it and to have it vibrate at a higher state and bring its frequency up, so that way that can be brought out to the earth and change the planet. It really needs it. So I'm hoping that information maybe is meant for someone new to hear. But speaking of mirroring, this is something that is going on, I find very often lately. I've been hit with some triggers, and I find that the triggers that are coming up for people now, and these are the messages, really have to do a lot with being able to accept that this is possible, that this union in the manifested will take place. So any doubts or fears, if there's anything that's lingering there, if there's any lingering jealousies, if your beloved is still learning through a karmic partner, and that is actually winding down. Karmic partnerships are absolutely ending, okay? Of course, everyone is on their own individual path as far as that, but karma is something that is absolutely ending, and karmic partnerships are are not lasting any longer. But they are there, and this is something for the more awakened one to really hear right now, because I feel like this is coming up for a lot of people, doing the readings and things like that. If your beloved is still going through some learning with a karmic partner, resisting that is really, and throwing angers and being upset and throwing all that negativity at your beloved is not helping him or her in any type of way. It's only setting up a block between you. You have to understand unconditional, and this has been coming up to really get this stuff out now, guys, so that way we can step into the physicality, which is the final step of the twin flame journey. Okay? That's the truth of it. For people who are still out there who believe that, coming together with your twin flame is by chance, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit, because if you signed up for this, if you're on this journey, if you're awakened to it, if it's progressed from having the higher self-communication with your beloved, and now you're having the telepathy with your beloved, and it's been going through stages, you've been doing the back and forth dance. I don't even care if you haven't met them yet, but if you've been going through the stages and it's progressed from higher self to telepathy. I have not met my twin flame in the physical yet, I will say that. And the thing about that is that doesn't mean that it's not going to manifest into the physical. It absolutely is. I just have a different journey. I have a journey that looks a little different. We all have, our own situations. It's not typical. None of this is typical. But we all have our situations. So if this has been happening, it's been progressing for you, then this is absolutely meant. It's meant to come into the physical, because the physicality has very real reasons. It's really there to really help the planet, and the physicality part is there for the templating. It's there for the transmutation. So the physicality absolutely is necessary. It's not meant to be that you are awakened to such an intense love, an intense pull, an intense longing, and your twin is just never ever going to know about it, never become aware of it, and they're just going to stay with their karmic partner forever, and that's it. And then you're lonely and have no desire to date, no desire to be with anyone else, and then that's it for you, and you're just in sadness and depression until you die. Those types of dramas, they're so unrealistic, they're so fear-based, and this journey is definitely not like that. What's coming up now is to really, really be in a place of accepting where your beloved is right now. I cannot stress this enough. The messages are really about just not judging, being non-judgmental as to what's happening with your beloved right now. And to really give your patience, give your compassion, respect them, give them the space. If they are to step forward, whether in the physical to communicate just for a little bit, or if it's telepathically just for a little bit, and then they step away for a little while again, this is not something to get upset about. Again, not something to time, not something to be judgmental about. Please know that it's like you want to be like that comfy pillow, okay? Picture yourself as my pillow for those of you who are awakened, okay? You want to be that comfortable pillow, that comfortable place, safe, comfortable place where your twin can come back and rest, okay? Really accept that. Really know that, okay? Now, it's not to say that, to accept if your twin is really treating you very, very badly, or somehow abusive in some sort of way, and that's their ego, that's their fear, that's the things that you're both coming together and it's triggering out of them. That means that they just need to go into separation, and there's more work to be done there, and to know that, to understand that. But as far as communication goes, don't time it. Don't time it, and don't judge it if it's not happening as often as maybe you would like. Try your best at this time. It's so important as we're going into the final stage here to put yourself in their shoes. really put yourself in their shoes. And if you're the person who is awakening, if you're the counterpart who is awakening and still trying to understand this, this is something for you to hear too. It's intense. It's intense for your beloved. To try to understand what's happening to them can be very scary. And remember when you first awakened to this. So if things are not going as fast as you want, please know that's a matter of control and letting go of control. And the angels really want to put that message out there of letting go of control of the situation. If you are finding that you're getting triggered from social media or Instagram, finding Facebook pictures and coming across things with a karmic partner, someone that they're dating, someone that maybe they're still hanging on to a relationship or a marriage. And I do stress hanging on to, because they are going through significant changes right now from what I have been reading, what I've been receiving for my own journey too, significant changes. And, you got to let those, like any energy work, for those of you who are energy workers out there, you have to let that settle in. It's not that, oh, okay, well, now you're activated, now you receive this portal, come on, up and out, up and out. It's not for you to make that judgment call. It's not. Yes, things are happening in an accelerated rate, but please, now is the time to really step back, focus on what is happening with your own self. What are the things that are in the highest good for you to clear for yourself? Any doubts about this union? Any lingering doubts or fears? Anything. It can be small. Are there any jealous issues or comparison issues? If your twin has dated a certain type for a long time and has had a certain cycle, which is ending, by the way, their cycles are ending. Whether it's choosing the same type of woman or man, whether it's the same toxic cycles of behaviors, they are ending. So to put jealousy out there and to really put, the word is resistance out there, is not going to help things happen any faster, any smoother, any better. So please understand and have compassion here for your beloved who is going through these changes. And you are their counterpart. There is no comparison to you. Whatever is triggering you on social media, it's bringing up those fears and doubts for a reason, and that's for you to recognize what's left. So if it's happening more than usual lately, and I can say in my end of things, I've been catching a couple of things here and there that weren't accidental, I would come across them, but I came across them for certain reasons. I came across them because there were still issues that I had with myself, my self-worth, recognizing my ability to be that powerful counterpart, knowing that, listen, there's no way you can lose. You can't lose out here. You can't lose your twin flame. They are always going to come back to you. But it's really about stepping into yourself and not putting those comparisons to the karmic. And I don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how they look, how much money they have, anything and everything that would be superficial or ego-based. This is not what this partnership is about, what this union is about. So there's no need to put those jealousies out there or to put angers about what they're doing or who they're dating right now. But to just look at it from the perspective of that karmic partner, if they are within your beloved's life, if they're still working through something that's really important, to see that as a gift, to be able to recognize that as something that's necessary for someone who you unconditionally love. Because if you unconditionally love them, and this is what we're talking about, we're talking about real love, guys. We're talking about actual, true, unconditional love, which absolutely does exist. And these unions coming together are going to absolutely prove that and change everything here. Okay, that's the whole point of this and the point of coming into the physicality with this union. So it's really in the highest good to be able to see anyone who comes into your beloved's life, it's a gift. It's a learning lesson. It's a lesson of growth. It's to help them. It's to prepare them to be able to be in a place where they can understand and accept a higher love. Because if they're still working through some of their conditioning and belief systems and fears based out of ego, then it could be necessary that they get through some of these things with a partner who is going to mirror certain things for them. Everyone who we meet in this lifetime, all partnerships, they mirror something to us that's important for us to realize, and it teaches us about ourselves, where we are. It really mirrors our vibration. So although it's not a comfortable feeling, and I'm not sugarcoating this, it's not a comfortable feeling to see your beloved in a picture on Instagram, on Facebook, perhaps on Twitter. It's not fun. It's not fun to see your beloved. Perhaps if you catch them and they're out with someone else and you happen to be there, it's not comfortable. It feels like garbage. But you know what? It really does help the one who is awakened to understand what it is that they're fearful of and to work through those fears to prepare. And that particular partner who is with your beloved is there to teach them, bring things out of them, and help them prepare. So what I'm trying to bring out, guys, is that everything is perfect. Everything really is. And if we really believed that, if we really accepted that, then we wouldn't have such an emotional response. Those triggers would not happen because we'd be like, so I see them in the picture. So he or she is still dating someone. No problem. It's all for their growth. They're working through a lesson, and I'm secure in myself. I love myself. I'm empowered. I'm confident in myself. I know they're coming back, so I'll just leave it there. If it was only that easy. Now that's what would happen if we didn't have those lingering doubts or those fears. That something, somehow, some way, would not go in the way that we wanted it to. Okay? And that's what's happening a lot now with these energies. We're having a lot of that mirroring come up. For those of you who are more awakened, who are watching this, you are the leading energy. And it's really helpful to really get your vibration, your frequency as high as you can to really project that out to your beloved, no matter where they are, no matter what they're doing, no matter if they're seeing someone or not seeing someone, whether or not they are ending their marriage yet or they're on the verge. Many are going through the tower. Okay? And that's something I want to mention too, and I don't want to forget. I don't read any cards in my personal sessions. Everything's straight communication. However, I have been getting the symbol of the tower a lot for those who are the divine masculine. And what the tower signifies in the tarot is a complete transition, a complete breakdown of the old. And it could be a very harsh transition and a very fast, swift one, like a rug that's just pulled from under your feet. And many of the divine masculines are going through this very big transition now. And you have to be able to put yourself in their shoes and realize that it's not easy for them to go through something like that. And sometimes it's best to just leave them be. And that is really a demonstration of unconditional love right there. That you are not willing to try to control the situation by any means. You are completely willing to surrender the situation and allow them to go through what's best for them, what's going to prepare them, what's in the highest good. Have those changes within them settle so that way they can make decisions from a completely different place, a higher energy. They're going to get it, guys. Many of them are getting it, and they're getting it a lot more than they did. They are at this point where if they didn't have the information, that was needed for them to understand what this connection is and to really make decisions about it, then it is happening now. Okay, according to the angelic beings, according to Archangel Michael, the remembrance and the help for the divine masculines, especially, it's really happening right now. And they've been going through the experiences. They've been getting the signs, the number signs, the synchronicities. They've been experiencing the telepathy. And if you are the divine masculine watching this, yes, you're not crazy. You are experiencing telepathy with your beloved divine feminine. These signs are real. The universe is trying to get you to turn and look this way when you're turning that way, so that way you can understand the truth. They're trying to get you to understand the truth, that all your desires are able to be met with your divine counterpart, your twin flame. And it cannot be met with any other partner. And if you are someone who is newly awakening to this, and you're still in the middle of trying to make a choice between two people like this, your divine feminine, we have this other choice, or my divine masculine, and this other choice. If there are two choices that are going on here, the universe is strongly trying to get you to understand the choice, the correct choice, the choice that is going to satisfy you the most, the choice that's going to bring you everything you've desired. And the universe is trying to get you to not be fearful of that choice, to have the courage to make the choice that you're feeling here, the pull that you're feeling, the comfort that you're feeling with the twin flame. So many who are awakening further right now are at this crossroads, and they are like, I don't know yet what I want to choose. I don't know what to do yet. I don't know what to say yet. I'm feeling this, feeling it really strongly. I know I'm experiencing these things. I don't know enough about it yet, and then I have this other choice. But I tell you, the heart space, the beloved, will always be that choice in the end. It will always be that choice in the end. And it's up to you to really honor your heart, honor what you're feeling, and to step into it. And for those of you who are the awakened one, please understand the transition is happening with your other. And to send that transition love, no matter what it looks like, even if it looks like what you just don't want to really see. If you can get yourself to see it from the truth instead of the illusion, if you can try to see the truth of it and accept it as a gift, it's going to help you so much more. The mirroring, definitely whatever's coming up, don't resist it, go with it. We have a lot of things that are coming up that are reflecting to us what is standing between us and our greatest self-worth, our self-love, our self-worth. Are we worthy? And remember, if you are feeling that from your divine masculine, if he's wondering if he's worthy enough to step into something like this, that he could very well be triggering you with your own issues of self-worth. Now, of course, with the mirroring, a lot of things are parallel. If your twin has that kind of issue with self-worth, then he'll bring up an issue that is within the self-worth category. It may look a little different, but they will mirror that to you. Addictions, same thing. Toxic cycles, same thing. Your counterpart may be having a problem with a toxic cycle that's ending now, and it's been really difficult. It's been what they have been used to for a long time. They've been conditioned with it, and they're triggering your own particular toxic cycle. Over and over and over, trigger. So if this is happening a lot for you lately, the best thing to do is to really just take a good look at what's coming up, even though it's feels like crap to feel it, but really be honest with yourself right now. Are you experiencing any type of level of lower self-worth? Are you putting yourself down? Are you comparing yourself? Are there issues that you have? Are there things for you to still get done? Your twin is always going to be real with you. They're going to show you what's real versus what's illusion. Again, these are gifts. These are gifts because it's healing. And with the healing comes the higher vibration. And with the higher vibration comes the harmonious union. So we can only come into harmonious union, because why in the world would we want to do the runner chaser and fall out of alignment all the time, right? We're always going to have to work at it in the physical, to be able to keep the harmony and the alignment about it. But, the runner chaser scenarios, going into separation is what I'm saying over and over and over again. No, we're here to come into union and to work together, to be together with our beloveds. Because that's how it was originally. So we're just coming back to that original soul. We're doing that for the planet. We are doing that for the planet. We're doing that to bring the love. We're experiencing this beautiful love with our beloveds, and we're bringing that and spreading that out. But before we can get there, we have to really be able to get to the heart of whatever is separating us from our self-mastery, whatever is keeping us in a lower vibration. And so before you get upset that why hasn't this happened yet? Will this ever happen? Instead of that, pay really close attention to what's coming up, what you're feeling, what angers or frustrations or anxieties or things are coming up for you. Pay attention to those and work through those. If you came across something from your beloved that you really didn't want to see, you had to see it. If you came across something that you really didn't want to read from your beloved, you had to read it. It's there. It's there for a reason. Nothing happens by chance. It's all about the vibration. So that's what's coming up a lot. There's a lot of telepathy happening, and there's a lot of healing that's happening with the telepathy. And the telepathy is also, it is a form of communication that's on the physical level with the mental and emotional bodies, and that's doing the triggering as well. I've noticed that I would connect with my beloved and have conversations, and there'd be something that would pop up for me, something that I had to recognize that's not going to be for my highest good. And so instead of us getting really all upset about it, it's about getting this work done. So that way we can step into this, because it's here. The energies are supporting it in every single way. The physicality, the manifested union is here. I've been hearing it over and over and over and over and over from Archangel Michael and from everyone's spiritual teams who I've been channeling for. Over and over. There is no doubt. There is no doubt in my mind that this is happening. But still, had those couple of triggers that happened, and then you tend to go, well, yeah, but what about my particular union? Maybe my union is not the one that is meant. Maybe everyone else's. But somehow, some way, like, my beloved is not going to choose this because they're just strong enough to resist this. They have some superhero powers that they're able to resist this and walk away and stay with the karmic forever. And then I had to do all this, and now what? Now there's no life for me. No. Those are your own personal fears. Those are your own personal doubts. And those are the things that are now, it's time to let them go. To let them go. Let the past go with your twin. If you had a past, let that go. Don't judge your twin for their choices. Don't judge your twin for their mistakes. Don't judge your twin. If they've said really hurtful words to you, it's time to let anything like that go. So whatever you need to do that, please know that love, absolutely, real love, heals everything. It does, once you step into it. So that's really what I wanted to say this week. That's really what's been coming up. No worries, guys. No worries. Don't let yourself fall into the worry that this somehow is not going to happen, or somehow this has not been real. And for those of you who are new, don't worry. You will receive further confirmations from your own spiritual team. You will find information that resonates with you to help you to understand your experiences and validate the truth. Maybe this is one of them. Maybe the twin flame recognition video that I posted. Perhaps you've come across other things and you're putting pieces all together. It will come. It's coming. Everything is culminating. That's how I want to end this message. Everything. Every single thing. Despite if you have been on this journey for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. Now, everything is culminating. So please know that. Believe in it. Pat yourself on the back for all the hard work that you've done. And step in. Step into the truth. Embrace it. All happening now. From the heart of the darkness is born the light. I'm wishing everyone peace, and for them to end their own personal struggles and just keep on. Just keep on. Surrender. Surrender everything. Surrender all expectations. Surrender any anticipation. Just go with it. Go with the flow with it. Go with whatever's coming up and go with your guidance. It's really going to help out a lot. I'm here for personal sessions. Okay, these are channel readings with your spiritual team. We get through a lot of information of what's happening, what's in the highest good to know. I actually just had a client that sent me an email that she received complete confirmation from her divine masculine about all the things that came up in the channeling. She even sent me the conversation. She sent me the conversation. And she's like, I just want to let you know, that everything was confirmed. So I'm really blessed to be doing these. And I'm here if you're guided. I'm just going to check to see if it's guided to read you, if it's a vibrational match. So that's how I work. I follow, vibrational resonance. So I always ask my team and check to see if that's guided. And if I'm not the right reader for you, then I will let you know, but I do check in about that. If you feel that you are having a lot of interferences this is important. I just want to just mention this as an announcement before I end. If you feel like you are having interferences that are pretty dark, that's on your path, and it does tend to happen a lot with twin flames, if you have a divine path, there's a very good chance that a reading is not going to happen. I've had a few severe cases where we tried to get through a reading and it doesn't feel good on my body. Trying to hear each other and the interference that happens there happens a lot. So it may be in the highest good to not have a reading initially, but to be able to just, talk about the clearing work and be able to provide you with the information for that so you can make a decision if that's something you want to go forward with. Because, being able to read it, you're interfered with, your beloved's interfered with, things are at a halt. The only thing that the reading would really bring out is really what's happening. What's happening is a lot of dark interferences. I don't want to draw attention to that. And again, those readings can be very uncomfortable and they hardly go through. They're really difficult to go through. Usually someone can't hear the other. A computer dies. There's all sorts of interferences going on there. So it's just in the highest good. So if you know that's you, it may just be that a consultation is what's gonna be best, as best we can do it too, without trying to read it. And then once those interferences are extracted, then we can get a nice clean slate and we can read it from there. And then it's time for you to move on. So there's a lot of great things that are going to come up in the reading. So I just wanted to put that out there because some people were a little confused as to why there wasn't a reading about what's going on with their beloved and their journey and my life purpose. And it's because, the main priority is getting all these interferences out. So I just wanted to mention that it's going to be a lot better for myself and for you if you have interferences. So just want to keep it real. I always do with the work. Thank you so much for those of you who took the time to listen. It's not a short video. I just looked. It's 45 minutes. I think for now on, I'm never going to say I'm going to keep it short. I'm just going to go with it. But I hope I got out everything that I wanted to say. I think I did as far as messages. And I'd love to hear from you as always. You can leave questions or comments below. I leave all my contact information in my description. So if you're looking to connect with me, just go to the description and you will find everything there. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. Take care and brightest blessings to you all. Love you all. I'll see you all next week. Take care. Bye.